All right, let's get everything set up for day 3. Give me a sec. If I ask y'all where my earbud is later, set it on top of my thread stand, because I am not going to remember that. All right. We are doing the Siah Sidekick from Lynn's Handmade today, and this is a sew-along that we're doing over the course of several days. Today's day 3. We have done so far. Day 1, we just cut all of our pieces out, and day 2, yesterday, let me get my pieces. Let me bring this close. Oh, and I'm probably going to want to plug this in. Sorry. Make sure we're still at a good angle. All right. So, here we go. For day 2, we did our side gusset panels where we added our zipper. And we also did our grab handle. She is somewhere over here. I'll put her down. We sewed our Peltex to the liner of our bag, the main liner. We also did the Peltex on the exterior base and did our purse feet. I am still trying to figure out where I put my handle. I set it down somewhere. Is it hiding over here? It's purple. Can't have gone far. Pull down. Entirely possible. You may move some things out of the way. Maybe I'll find it as I go through. I took a picture of it yesterday. Did it fall back there? Oh, it did. It is. All right. So we did our grab handle with our webbing. That was all yesterday. And we started our top anchor, which my double-sided tape kind of came undone, but we did the steps on page 8 preparing the top anchor. So it was just getting it prepped. We didn't do anything besides this with our top anchor. And that's probably going to come undone again, but I'm all right. Okay. So I know some of y'all talked about, y'all had the same problem I did, where your bag panel was a little too short to get the whole pattern piece completely on it. So I added a strip of solid accent fabric to the base of this. It was probably only like an inch that I needed, but I felt like an inch would look funny. So I added a bigger strip than I needed. But I like the way it turned out. The other part was our exterior main piece. The bag panel I used was not long enough, so I was going to show y'all what I did. I'm going to add a little strip of accent fabric to the bottom. Since this is vinyl and it's not going to fray, I'm not going to turn and top stitch. You can. That's what I did on here. But I didn't have enough of this to cut for it to be the length I need and have enough of it. I hope that made sense. It wasn't going to work for me to make it a turn and top stitch, or a sew, turn, top stitch. So I'm just going to set it and overlap it, since I know that that's not going to fray. So I'm going to add, and I had completely forgotten that I needed to do this. The day that I cut it out, I had talked about seeing if I could get away without adding and kind of fudging to make it work with my seam allowance. But the way the side gussets are, I'm not sure that it would have turned out the way I wanted. So I'm just going to set this on top of this. I think I overlapped it about 1/4 of an inch there. And then once I get finished with that, I'm gonna lay my pattern piece over the top of it to make sure I cut it to the exact length. Let me double check. So once I get done, it's exactly the right length. Yay. Okay. Wrong one. Let's sew that on. My vinyl gets a little sticky with my foot. Some people use a walking foot with like a sewing machine that does that, has a walking foot. Or they use a Teflon foot. I really like the foot that I have on. It's just a narrow, I don't even know what it's called, a narrow foot. But I use it to construct all of my bags on here. Okay. All right, so just sew this. If you're just joining, I am just fixing my exterior bag panel, and some people had asked what I did since my bag panel was too short for the pattern. So this is me showing you what I'm doing. I just need to add a strip of interfacing there, but that's that. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, let me look at my patterns. Give me a second. I'm still here. Just checking something out. Great. All right, so we were gonna do steps. Ooh. The bottom strap anchor today. So get your bottom strap anchor pieces, your 2 rectangle ring tabs, and your 2 rectangle rings. And I think I have not done that yet. Rectangle ring tab is a 2.5 inch strip. So let me cut that out really fast. 1, 2.5. What was I using? I think I was using Rainbow Hardware. So let me grab a rectangle ring. 2. Oh, I love it. Super cute. And my pattern fell on the ground. Oh, okay. So here we go. Here's one of these guys. Here's the other. All of our pieces. All right. Excuse the chaos. Front piece for my caddy. And I had a lighter that I was using to clean up my webbing. It's nowhere where I want it. Does that help me? Welcome to the chaos of me sewing. Where did I put that booger? I didn't use it for anything else, did I? I'm not going to give up. Just need to remember what I did yesterday. Did I make something yesterday besides this? I don't think so. You know what? That's gonna make me lose my mind. Moving on, since I'm losing my mind. Ah! Just like my other thing had fallen behind. That's what this did. Alright. So, there we go. Alright. I will instructions. Okay. So we're going to fold in our raw edge here using some double-sided tape. This long diagonal edge. This is 1/8 inch double-sided tape. There we go. And then fold that over. There we go. Alright. She drew a line 1/2 inch. I guess I can follow the instructions. Here's my pen and my little ruler. Tiny one. 1/2 inch on the edge. It's hard to do this on this. Here we go. That's easy for me to see. I will fix. Okay. Now, fold that to your pen mark. So pretty. But my double-sided tape stuck to my interfacing. I'll do another piece. Alright. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to save money buying interfacing on Amazon. An off-brand. I don't love it. I feel like it bubbles if I turn. It kind of peels off. So it's not making me the happiest. Trim off our little corners here. There we go. Anybody else throw everything on the ground and then sweep up after their project is done? Because my garbage can always gets in my way when I'm rolling around. So that's why. Alright. We're going to fold this together. That's where this guy's going. Alright. Oh, there we go. Let me get the welded side on the inside so you don't see it. All right. This is going to sit right on that folded edge. Just like that. Let me get my clips to hold it in place. She has the rectangle ring kind of butting up to that edge. She wants a bunch of that webbing on the inside of this, since this is a high stress joint. All right, let's do this one. Now, oops, we're going to sew around our edges. Use my things. Here we go. All three of our edges. I'm going to start on the raw edge. And turn. Okay, so there's our first bottom strap anchor. Trim that thread. And then we will do the next one. I'm gonna get this there. You're welcome to put a decorative rivet here. I'm trying to remember if I have rainbow rivets. But it'll add a little bit more strength to this stress point if you want. Lindsay, plus it looks nice. Lindsay does it in her tutorial video. Start on this side first this time. I'm probably going to add a rivet after the video is over. I don't think I need to do it right now. Alright, so she has an option to do the key clasp for the inside. She uses a little swivel clasp. I have to sneeze, sorry. I don't remember if I had a tiny one. I have this 1-inch one. Let me look over here to see if I have one over here. No, I think it'd be over here. Think this through. Oh, it's probably because it's these guys. No, I don't like those. So, 1/2 inch swivel clasp with 1/2 inch webbing, or even smaller. Yeah, 1/2 inch webbing. I don't have either of those things, but I have 1 inch webbing and a 1 inch swivel clasp, so that's what I'm using. It's going to be a little bigger than the pattern calls for. Let's see if I have enough of the webbing with the cut chart. I have more, but we're just gonna look. 10 inch. It's 9 inch. We're gonna call it good, and I'm just gonna use that. Do I have a 1/2 inch swivel clasp? What do I think I do? It is. There it is. No, I really thought I had one. Okay, I'm just going to sew my webbing in half to give me the 1/2 inch that I need. Yeah. Because I am in the camp, make it work. I'll just sew up and down both sides. Most heavy duty key clasp ever. Doubled up webbing. Bueno. Okay. So she puts a rivet to get this sewn, double fold it, or you can sew it. And then set it aside. So I don't want to do that much. Oh yeah, you know, we're gonna call it a single fold good for this, since I doubled up the webbing. It's gonna be the webbing. It's too thick really for my machine. I'll just make sure it's finished off here really well. And that is that. I'll do 2 rows though. Alright, there's our key clasp. That was on page 9, the last step on there. If you wanted to add a rivet there, you can do that. Also the rivet here or here. I'm going to do those later. So we're going on to page 10. Here we're working on our flap closure. Let's get those pieces. I'm going to move these to the side on top of my finished pile of things, so I don't lose them. And let's get our front flap closure, exterior and lining. There we go. Oops. And we're going to lay them right sides together using a 3/8 inch seam allowance. we're sewing from this top all the way down and around to this top, and we're leaving this open because we are inserting our Peltex after that. So let's sew. I'm going to put a couple clips on. I think I sew from this side because it looks like my lining is a little bit bigger. Alright, 3/8 inch seam allowance. Gotta get to my thing because I never remember where that is on my machine. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Bring that there. Where's my tape? I'm gonna give myself a little guide at this peel and stick binding since I can't find my washi tape. My 3/8 inch mark is right about there between my quarter and whatever the other one is. They marked 1/2 inch, not even, but yeah, perfect. Okay, that's my guide. Can I get my scissors to cut that? Awkward angle. There, I can see that over my. There we go. Before I get to this point. Don't be like me. Learn from your mistakes. I got the crappiest scissors out today. Where are my good ones? That's much nicer. Well, dude, y'all should have told me where I stopped. I got distracted about where I was at on my panel, and I thought I was on the other side. That's okay. She's fine. Just get rid of those stitches. We're gonna turn this right side out after I fix my boo-boo. Pay attention to where you are on your panel. I'm not paying attention to where I was at. There we go. Okay, this needs to get nice and crisp corners, and to do that, we're going to get our pinking shears, or you can cut these into your curves. But I have my pinking shears here, so I'm just going to trim my seam allowance down a bit. Good. I will put that in the garbage. Stuck on something. Alright. If you have something that's stiff, a blow dryer can help get it turned easily. This seems to be turning nicely without having to worry about that. Get all the corners poked out and give it a good finger press. I've got my chopstick here. Actually, I don't know. Actually, it might be a true sewing utensil or tool. Looky there. Alright, finger press. Now we're going to get our Peltex. Make sure you're happy with the way your panel is laying. A seam roller is on my Christmas list. Patiently waiting that day. I want to push that corner out a little bit more. There we go. Alright. Peltex. And curl it up and slide it in. I think this looks like an oven mitt right now. Alright. It should fit nice and snug. Push it all the way in as far as it goes. She says try to get it into your seam allowance there. Oops. Once it gets stuck, it doesn't want to slide. There. Kind of feel to see if you've got it as low as it'll go. Just a smidge more. Okay, so it kind of is resting within that seam allowance. Oh, I think I got a little rough with my panel. Got a little crack there. Moving it on. We are top stitching, including your top hole at 1/8 inch. Got some holes here, but my guess is it's going to be in the seam allowance. So top stitch. I need to put some of this on. All the way around with your Peltex nestled into that seam allowance. You're hopefully catching it as you sew. You are sticky. Okay. A little bit more than I'm used to using, but that's alright. Sneeze. Excuse me. Goodness. Now we're closing the turning hole. Some people put tape on the bottom of their presser foot as well. I feel like I tried that in the past and I didn't feel like it helped me that much. Alrighty. I'm gonna find my little rag that I use. So that is where we are turning to page 11. This is where she adds her flip turn lock or flap closure. If you're using a magnetic snap closure, you would have added that before you closed this. I wasn't going to do that. I have a flip lock coming in the mail tonight. Right? Yeah, I don't have it with me. But basically, you'll get your piece. She puts it 1 inch up from the bottom, 1 inch up from the bottom part of the flap and centers it, and then she marks the hole from the back side of the lock and cuts it out. You do have to cut a hole into this. Then you slide in the lock mechanism and attach it with screws, and she glues the screws in too so that they don't loosen up over time and get lost. So that is where I have to stop because I don't have my lock, but I will show how I do it when it comes in. Last I checked, it wasn't until like 10 o'clock tonight, but that's okay. I think that's all we were going to do today. Was the bottom anchor and the flap closure. I don't know. Should we do the interior zipper pocket? That wheel sounds horrible. Yeah. Since I don't have much time before I have to go pick up my youngest from his daycare, I'm gonna say this is what we're gonna stop at. If you have your closure, you can add that, and then take your photo of the pieces we finished, which wasn't a whole lot for the day, but this will be our progress photo. And tomorrow we'll do pockets. I think pockets, pockets, and pockets. Yeah, so tomorrow, starting on page 11, we'll do our interior zipper pocket and the gusset pocket and the bottle sleeve. I kind of want to prep the hang with me. Let's save that zipper tomorrow, but we can prep our gusset pocket and our bottle. So if you're still with me and you want to keep going, let's do it. I'm going to page 14, and I'm going to get my interior gusset pocket. I'm just going to prep it. I'm not going to do much else, but all she does is fold them wrong sides together like this, and then she gives it a top stitch along this top folded edge at 3/8 of an inch. All right. Put my tiny scissors. And then she bastes the whole thing together. Here's that. Do y'all want to put it on your side gusset? I don't mind if we do. Do you want to? Define where I put mine. Here they are. You want to put it on? It doesn't look hard. Let's baste the edges. This is going to go on our, it's going to create a cute little, yeah. Okay, I watched this part in the video. All right. I think she says the way that doesn't look right. Talking to myself. Give me a sec. All right. Your bottom, center, marks. There we go. Clip these together. the center marks of the side gusset liner and interior gusset. Apparently, oh yeah, here it is. There's a little mark here, right where it starts to curve, that this straight edge before it starts to curve is going to meet up with. That's the way it feels like to me. And then match up around that curve to the corner. I feel like it's a bubble. Could be I cut it not perfectly. Oh, that's the way she showed it. Because it's going to create a pleat here. So let's trust the process. Do it like that. Okay. Alright, so align your right hand edges, clip, left hand edges, clip, center marks, clip, and then finger press the two bubbles created on the sides of the center marks towards each outer edge. What does that feel like this is? Y'all, is this not the right width? Do I need to check? I have my pattern piece. Somewhere right here. Unless it's over there. I watched her do this and she made it look so easy. So I'm wondering if my pattern is not the right size. Double checking. No, that makes sense. No, that looks right. If I put these together, that creates the bubble on the liner though, right? Guys, I can't be live and doing this. That creates the bubble there. That's not what I want. This is supposed to make a pleat. So what I have to do is get off live and figure it out so I'm not teaching you the wrong thing. So we'll do this tomorrow. I'm going to fix it today and then we'll do it tomorrow. Okay. Ignore this. We did great. Take your progress photo. We're excited. We're getting close. Here's your progress photo. Your panel, your flap, your, what are these called? Bottom anchors, I think. And your keychain clasp. That was optional, obviously. All right, guys. I am going to do some more thinking without being on camera. Bye.